It is time for arts and entertainment. Mariana Lourens hier. Ja, dit is Mariana Lourens met Kuns en Vermaak. En ons is weer saam, ek is saam met 3 wonderlike mense hier by die Atheneum of Atheneum, of hoe jy dit ook al wil sê. Maar ek wil jou net gou herinner, vir al jou fantasie kostuumbenodigdhede kan jy steeds vir Rose skakel by Stepping Out. Sy is natuurlik nie daar die hele tyd nie, dis ook aan die provinsiale hospitaal, 6 Buckingham Road, maar jy moet skakel vir 'n afspraak. 072-906-1977. Ek gaan dit net weer sê, 072-906-1977 vir jou kostuum, want daar wil jy 'n fotoshoot doen. Ek weet jy kan nie 'n lekker fancy dress party hê nie, maar dalk wil jy opdres vir iets spesiaal. Yes, for all your fancy dressing up, your photoshoot, your family shots, your special birthdays. Please, Rose will still be able to supply you from Stepping Out, 6 Buckingham Road, across the road from the provincial hospital, but you need to call for an appointment. Please phone her at 072-906-1977. That is 072-906-1977. And then I just want to also remind you that Rina Dippenaar is still offering her lessons in piano, flute, recorder, guitar, music theory, and in Afrikaans. And you can phone her at 083-398-5196. She is also on Facebook as Rina Dippenaar, as you say it, and email Katharina Dippenaar. It's actually Katharina with a TH there, Dippenaar, Catharina, Dippenaar, D-I with 2 P's, ENAAR @gmail.com. She is a qualified music and Afrikaans teacher, and she will teach online, or she teaches also just 1-by-1 as you want it. Ja, Rina Dippenaar daar vir jou Afrikaans of vir jou klavier, jou fluit, jou recorder, jou gitaar, jou musiekteorie. Enige iets by Rina, ek gaan net weer haar nommer gee, 083-398-5196. En nou is ons hier so by my gaste, en dit is so lekker vir my om Ivantia hier te hê, Ivaitjie, my liewe kind, en sy kyk na my met groot oë, want ek praat Afrikaans.
I don't pray.
She doesn't praat, no, but she can speak English, because she's from Zim, actually, originally, and I met her at Imibala, and it was such fun.
It was a wonderful day.
Yes, it was really, we enjoyed it so much, because you got your special instrument, your mbira.
Yes, it's mbira.
Mbira,
yes.
That's right, but you've also got lots of stuff that we're going to get to, but welcome. Because you're starting your arts company, and there's just lots of fun things with song, and you even want to have like an exhibition kind of thing.
Yes, we're planning on a big thing. It's Eve Arts, and
you're going to call it Eve Arts.
Eve Arts, yes, I'm naming it after me, but I do have business partners who have different names.
Yes, and it's going to be like an open market.
Yes, it's an open market. So basically what Eve Arts is about is, we can call it a marketplace, but Eve Arts is an organization that creates a platform to provide African artists and creatives with a space to create, showcase, market their work. You do everything at Eve Arts, be it portraits, paintings, singing, dancing, as long as it has something to do with art.
Yes, it can be either performing or visual.
Yes.
Yes, and because, of course, at Imibala is performing those lovely Imibala festivals, but this is going to include the actual creative arts.
Yes, we are also going to be creating a platform so that people will actually get to teach lessons during those festivals and all those organized
You can get a little
events.
mini workshop.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that is wonderful. And of course, Eva, she brought with her Sean Njenje.
Yes.
Am I saying that right, Sean?
Yes,
Sean
that's how you
Njenje.
spell it, exactly.
Yes, and you're a vocalist.
Yes.
So that's how you're going to fit in as a performer
Yes, under Eve Arts.
under Eve Arts. And are you also from Zim?
Yes, I'm also from Zim, and we sort of feel like family, me and Evanthea. We've met each other for quite some time, and
It's been like 4 years now since I've met Sean.
Okay. So you've...
And he's more of a little brother to me.
yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Although he doesn't look that little.
Yeah, he doesn't look little, but he's
the
little.
features. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful to have a little brother who you can call on and you can say, sing.
Yes.
And he'll sing.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to get back to you, but now I'm going to go to Kin. Now, Kin, he has just printed, he's actually just published, he's just actually come from a last bit of signing where he signed his coffee table book. And
Wow.
it's
That's
200 years a celebration of Port Elizabeth. So tell us more about that, please, Kin.
Yeah, so because it's the 200th anniversary of Port Elizabeth, I decided to try and put all the pictures I had on my computer that I've got off the internet mainly of old PE. And then around about 2014, I started to look around the city and I saw how all our wonderful old buildings were deteriorating and collapsing. So I started photographing these. I put those on the internet, on Facebook. And then I combined all those together to make a book to celebrate the life of PE for 200 years. You know, it was started roughly when the 1820 settlers came. But obviously there were already farmers here, and we know the whole history of the Eastern Cape. It's the most interesting of South Africa. People from all cultures came together. So this book is a celebration of PE's life over the last 200 years in pictures. It's mainly pictures.
Mainly pictures, it says 1820 to 2020.
Yes.
So it really is quite a long time for us to even relate to, isn't it?
Yeah, so what I've done is break PE down into different sections so that you can follow how the area right where we are here in the Athenaeum is very close to the start of where PE originated, you know, on the mouth of the Barkens River, with the wool being taken off from the mouth of the river to the ships that were at anchor. There was no harbour, so they were at anchor there, and from there it developed to this modern big city we are.
Because the wool trade was actually very, very active and vibrant. And I can remember when I came to live in PE about 32 years ago, 33 years ago.
That's a long time.
I've been here that long, yes. I'm actually from Pretoria originally, that's my hometown. I remember how the wool, you know, especially what you call the exchange. They called it the wool exchange.
Exchange, yes.
Yes, and it's mohair. It was mostly mohair then.
Yes, wool, mohair,
But it's
and you
other
know,
wool as well.
even ostrich feathers. We've got the
The
Feather
ostrich-
Market Hall.
Yes,
you know,
it's
and
called the Feather Market Hall.
That huge building there for the trade in ostrich feathers, which was a massive industry in the late 19th century. So all this sort of information you'll get in the book, you know, and it's just captions to these pictures, these wonderful old pictures in black and white, although the whole book is printed in color. So even the black and white pictures vary, you know, they're not just boring black and white, they're
Right.
sort of sepia toned and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, because also over years, when pictures we've seen our my grandma's
Yes.
pictures and grandpa's pictures,
Yeah.
they are kind of brownie.
That's it.
You know, because they're sepia color.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to have that, you know, to be able to look back on that, to see it and to keep it alive for the next generations.
Exactly. At least us, as we are growing, as we're learning more about Africa, like what I was talking about in Eve Arts, we are also focusing on teaching people about the African cultures, African history through word and visuals. So this is something that we can actually put to the table and teach people.
Yes.
This is where PE come from. This is part of Africa.
Could I just mention that one of the oldest memories I have is that back in 1965, it shows how old I am.
Okay.
I was in what was then Rhodesia, and my parents took us to Great Zimbabwe. And to see this wonderful old structure in the middle of Africa. And you don't know, how did it get there?
Who do that?
How was it
It's
possible?
amazing.
Yeah.
So that interest in building for me started, I think, probably with Great Zimbabwe, seeing those wonderful buildings.
And just to keep that alive, I mean, how many people know about Zimbabwe and what we have there in buildings? I mean, I've never been to Zimbabwe.
But you know,
But I've always wanted to go because I had family who used to go to Rhodesia, to go visit, to go on a holiday. Those were the best holidays, I believe.
Zimbabwe is a wonderful place, I can tell you. It has many sites that you can go to see and you just relax there. The moment you enter into Zimbabwe, you just feel, I'm home.
Yes, okay.
It's
So we
Regardless
all
of-
have to do the journey there once COVID is over, because COVID is put paid to such stuff, and we all had to go online. And I mean, I'm sure even getting your book published, it was quite a difficulty because
we
you
couldn't,
want to.
and we couldn't have a book launch.
A
So we had
proper
this
launch.
Zoom launch, you know.
Yes,
It's
you have to
bizarre.
have a Zoom launch,
Yeah.
and you probably have to do some Zoom stuff. Have you been doing anything on Zoom?
recently we haven't been doing anything on Zoom. We've just been using Facebook and WhatsApp to do meetings. And we are still looking for other organizations that can also join in. If they want to showcase what they have, they can showcase on Eve Arts. So for now, we are just trying to gather everyone who wants to be part of it. And then we can do a big thing. We are thinking of a festival, which I think you might be interested in showing your book, and everyone, you can even sell it there.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
when is
because it'll be
this
like
festival?
a market.
the
Still in the
festival,
pipeline.
we're planning to do the festival either in December or January next year. So for now,
A lot of planning.
Yes,
A lot
and
of
it
planning.
takes a lot of planning.
Yes.
And whether COVID is still here or not, we're going to do it somehow. Even if we do it online, or
as long as we
exhibition
As
put
long
it
as
to
yeah.
people.
Because last year we had Grahamstown Festival online, and this year it's again going to be online. It's going to be virtual, and it was enjoyable. You know, I've never, I was able to see double the amount of
that's
shows
interesting.
when I normally go, and so it can be done. But now, how long have you been in South Africa?
Been in South Africa, it's almost 4 years. I came in April 4 years ago. From 4 years, I've learned a lot, and I've learned to put more effort in what I'm doing. That's why you see I'm doing a lot of things. I'm not focusing
Yes,
on
because
one.
what I want to tell them is about your song, your Homburumi.
It's Hombarumi.
Hombarumi.
Yes.
Yes.
So Hombarumi is a great hunter. He's the hunter of the family. So when I wrote that song, I was giving thanks to my father. He's been there forever.
I know I met your father.
Yes, I remember. So I wrote the song going to my father because he is the Hombarumi of my family. I put it out there so that everyone else who wants to thank their father, they can just use the song to thank their father. And also, it's in a cultural instrument thing. It's an African jazz song. It brings the African texture
Yes.
to the thank you. So it's
The vibe.
it's the vibe that gets you
Yeah.
going.
Like
It's that vibe, that's right. Because you are, of course, then you came more or less together. You've been here for 4 years as well.
No.
Or not? You've been
I
here
would say
longer.
I've been here longer, way longer.
You've been here longer.
I actually came here when I was a child. I was about 6 years. I started schooling here.
Where, Sean?
And I forgot the name of the creche, but it was Little Angels. It's in Central.
Yes.
It's close to this area.
Yes.
And around when I was 12 years, that's when I started singing my first song. I wasn't so good at singing at first, But then the more I spent my time and put more interest into it, I started developing and seeing that I actually can do this. This has something to do with me. It's inside of me. And I started knowing this because when I sang, I could see the reaction of people, like they appreciated it and they saw it as something that could be productive in terms of emotions and for people to be able to express this themselves. I would say that I started in a church, singing in a church.
I always say, ask a young man or a young woman or older people, where did singing start for you? Oh, in Sunday school, in church. My grandma dragged me into the choir.
Well, how I started, I was like this little one who was the worst singer in the choir. I think this was because I had fear inside of me. So as I kept on pushing myself, telling myself, I want to join these people, I want to be like them, the more I had that motivation, motivating myself, I ended up being one of the people that they looked up at, and I was the youngest.
We actually say when we get to church and Sean is not singing, everyone wonders what's happening.
Where's Sean?
Where's
What's
Sean?
going on?
So
What's happening? Why aren't you singing?
Yeah.
So you developed from there.
From
and
there,
from
and-
later on in school?
From later on, I decided to also try to do music at school. Well, I know it isn't the same as how I wanted to do it my way, because music at school, you have to know how to
the staff and all the
crotchets,
notes.
The crotchets and the minims.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then I learned that the fact that music at school involves history inside of it, it helps you know that, okay, this is where it's coming from and this is where it's going. So if I want to be able to be like them, they did it this way, maybe it can work for me if I try and have different type of visions of how other people did it. And I would say,
Yes, because
And
you
so-
learn about great musicians,
Yeah.
what they do.
You also
Yeah.
learn where you're going to take the music. I've noticed when I'm doing
Your
Mbira,
mbira. Yes.
I mix genres. If you listen to my music, it's a mix of genres. My first song is called Norway. It's a wild fruit from Zimbabwe that people just like to eat. So it's a love song that includes a fruit.
It's almost like the apple in the garden of Eden.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the apple of Zimbabwe.
you can say.
So, and then my next song is an Afro jazz. The first song is a soul kind of song. And then the next one is a jazz song. The next one that I'm going to release is sort of hip hop R&B, but it has mbira in it. So when you learn music the way you're learning, you also learn where to take it, how to use it as you go forward.
Yes, yes. Now the mbira you brought, describe your mbira for us.
So this is a mbira. This one is called a Nyunga Nyunga mbira. It has 15 keys. You can add 1 here or 1 here. So that there will
But
be
now what
17.
you're describing here, and Kim, you so very appropriately said that it's amplified.
Yes.
It looks like what we know in South Africa, a trompie. It's a metal thingy that you just
Tap
ping,
on.
ping, ping, ping. But this is in a round box that looks like a drum, and
Very
it
unique.
amplifies the sound.
Yes,
Because it's in the
we
box.
call it a resonator.
Resonator.
It
Resonator.
resonates the sound.
It resonates,
brings out the
yes.
sound. Because on its own, this is the mbira on its own. It doesn't bring out the sound. So if you put this round
In the
thing,
box.
it brings the sound. It makes the sound louder.
Could I ask, do you sing to accompany that?
Yes, I sing to accompany this.
Okay. So,
Sometimes I
and with
tell
other
stories.
instruments, just that instrument?
I do this. I also do xylophone. We call it marimba in Zimbabwe. I'm also learning a recorder and a guitar and a little bit of piano.
So you can put them all together in a song, or just have you and that instrument.
yes. If you listen to my song, it has this and also guitars, drums,
see.
African shakers.
Cool.
So it's a combination of instruments.
Okay, we've got 5 minutes left. So we're going to just quickly say how they've got to get hold of you if they want to get hold of you for this festival, market, Eve, arts company.
Okay, you can get a hold of me on Facebook at Ivantia Eve or Ivantia Chiwara. You can also DM me on Instagram, Ivantia Eve, or on Twitter, Ivantia Eve, Ivantia_Eve.
Okay, so the Eve is actually the key, but Eve comes from Ivantia.
Yes.
And it's so easy actually because Ivantia is Eva, EVA, and it's NTHEA.
Yes.
A lot of people get confused.
They leave out the H or something. Yeah.
Yes.
So you've put the Eve.
Yes, so it's much easier for people
Ivantia
to
Eve.
call me. Yes.
Okay, and it's Shivara, Shivara. You say Afrikaans Shivara.
Chiwara,
And I
yes.
think the Zimbabweans do too.
No, we call it Chiwara.
Chiwara.
Yes.
Chiwara. And it's easy as you say, CHIWARA.
Yes.
And would you mind if they phone you?
Yes, you can call me on 0677 211 425, or you can WhatsApp me.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll repeat it again just now. And what about you, Sean?
Yes.
Because you haven't told us much about your participation.
Well, my participation at the moment, when I'm alone, I mostly like to do things by myself because people don't tend to understand the way you understanding something, especially in music. They don't know what you have for them. So I decided to learn how to play keyboard and a guitar. And at the moment, I'm a cover artist. I mostly post my music on YouTube or on Instagram.
Okay, and is it just your name? Sean
Yes.
Njenje?
Yes.
And it's SEAN
Yes, that's right.
NJENJE. As you say it, and it's J with a J.
Yeah,
Njenje.
the same way you
Sean Njenje. Okay, and back to you, Kim, because you haven't been able to say too much, but that book, you know, it excited me so much when I saw the coffee table book, because it's 160 pages.
Yes. And if I could also say that people who want to get hold of it, it's at the GFI Art Gallery. And they were kindly the sponsors of this project. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to, you know, it's very costly, but the book is, I think, affordable. They'll discover on the website. You can Google GFI Art Gallery and the website will come up. And you'll find all the information about how to buy the book there.
Can they get you to sign the book?
What I've been doing, we've sold over 200. I've now just signed
I
another
know, you just come from
60.
there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're trying to keep me signing them so that we can mainly, most of them that they sell will be signed.
Signed copies.
And I think that maybe adds a bit. of
Okay,
value.
and of course GFI is in
Park Drive.
in Park Drive,
Yes.
yeah. Drive is just so easy because it's around St. George's Park.
That's right,
Easy
yeah.
to find.
It's the former Ron Belling Gallery.
Yes.
That still has the Belling collection of old paintings.
Okay, so does it still have the name, the Belling name?
No, it's
Oh,
called
it's
GFI.
It's got
a
the
wonderful
GFI.
old, actually the building itself is a work of art. So if you drive past there, you'll see this big white Art Deco building.
Okay, so that's great. Then they'll get hold of you through GFI.
Yeah, not even me. GFI have that building is permanently occupied as a gallery.
I know,
So
yes.
you order through them.
Yes.
I just sign the books.
Yes, no, wonderful. And I mean, GFI, they just art.
Yes.
It's exhibitions, it's
Yeah.
different people's arts.
I
And
am thinking that maybe they could tie up.
you see how
Yes.
we connect people
Yes.
with each other? So you're going to put each other in contact with
Yeah,
GFI. I can also
will.
put you in contact with GFI.
Yeah.
I want to just wish you all everything of the best.
Thank you.
Blessings with all the ventures and the adventures. Of course, she's also this Ivantia. I'm looking at a picture that she drew, and this is yourself that you drew.
Yes,
And it is so sweet. That's what prompted me actually to just connect with her again. And then here she brings me a picture of myself that she drew. Thank you so much,
Very good
Ivantia.
picture.
But isn't it beautiful? So she draws, she has exhibitions, she plays the Imbira and
a
the
lot of things. I am also
The
in
Rema-
photography.
photography.
I'm trying out modeling.
And she is a model. She's absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Sean says yes.
I totally agree.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you everybody for coming. I'm quickly just going to ask you again to say because the market is going to be the most important.
Okay, on Facebook it's Ivanpia Chiwara or Ivanpia Eve, or on Instagram Ivanpia Eve, Twitter Ivanpia Eve. And you can call me on 0677 211 425.
And say that number again.
0677 211 425.
Thank you so much for coming. It's really
Thank you for having us here. It's
been
so
wonderful.
wonderful.
And see you at the market. And we're going to play out with Ivanthia's song, Hombarume. Watch the space. Thank you so much. So it's Mariana Lourens and Art and Entertainment saying goodbye. Mariana Lourens, kuns en vermaak wat nou sê arrivari.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Master my records.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tenere magoma kutenere munyika utenere kusaga usavi muno tenere magoma kutenere munyika utenere kusaga usavi lero mbura inaye muno buda dando shirobe muno manya uchi tenere magoma kutenere munyika utenere kusaga usavi uchi tenere magoma kutenere munyika utenere kusaga usavi tatenda umbarume tatenda umbarume mazita tatenda umbarume tatenda umbarume mazita tatenda umbarume tatenda